Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha and today I'm creating this look that is, I think, a really nice look for the upcoming Vishu festival. Happy Vishu to everybody that celebrates Vishu, and in my broken Malayalam, Ellavarkum Vishu Ashamsagal. Hopefully that sounds half decent. Sorry about that, my Malayalam is not too good, so please bear with me. If you are watching me for the first time, welcome. I'm Sneha, a makeup artist based in London, and I create a lot of videos on makeup and beauty tutorials. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. If you are active on Instagram, don't forget to follow me on beautylashes19, which is linked to my YouTube channel, so you won't miss out a video. And if you'd like to follow my makeup artistry and freelance work, it's Artistry by Sneha. So that's another Instagram account that I maintain. But let's start with the tutorial. So I've already gone ahead and moisturized my face and applied my sunscreen. And these are steps I generally recommend to anybody. So definitely prep your skin with a moisturizer of your choice and also a sunscreen. It's really important to protect your skin, especially if you're heading out and walking outdoors. Next, moving on to the base. You can use any product of choice. I prefer liquid foundation, so that's the only reason I'm going to use it. And that's just to even out my skin tone. So I have a darker forehead, then I have different undertones and skin tones and discoloration right here. And then also some acne scarring, so I do want to cover that up. So I'm going in first with the liquid foundation and then spot concealing with a cream concealer. But if you have good skin, you can totally skip this step. Just apply a little bit of powder, maybe apply some concealer if you need to, and that's about it. Today I'm going to be using my Lancome Teint Idol Ultra 24 Hours Foundation. And in case you're curious, I'm in the shade 410 Bisque Warm. So I'm just going to take a pump of that and work from that. Now this foundation may look light initially, but as it dries down, it does tend to go a shade or fraction shade darker. So don't be alarmed if it looks too light initially. So just applying it with my FW Beauty sponge. So just feel free to use any beauty sponge you may have. By the way, I don't wear saris, so that's the reason I'm wearing this dress, but I did make it from my mom's sari. So it's kind of from a Kerala sari, but not really a sari. It's just more practical for me because I don't wear saris and I feel like I'll get more use if I made it into a dress or a gown, so that's what I did. So that's a light layer of foundation all over my face. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do spot concealing and cover up my acne marks that are still showing through the foundation. I have a dedicated video for it, so I'm just going to link it as a card right here. So if you'd like to watch it, just click this link. But of course, you can skip this step again if you don't have any acne scarring and you do not need the concealing. So I'll just do that off camera and I'll be right back. Next, I'm going to set the concealer with some powder. And I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the shade medium. Just going to apply it with this powder brush and just pat it into my skin, especially where I've done some concealing work. Other areas, I'm just lightly dusting it. Next, I'm just going to quickly apply some under eye concealer. I don't need much, I just want to apply a little bit right there in the inner corner of my eye. So I'm going to apply my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade medium. Again, just taking some on the back of my hand and working from there. So you can see it just lightly brightens up my eye compared to the other one. So pat it where you need the most coverage, and then where I don't need much coverage, I'm just doing a sweeping motion. And in case you're curious, this is a brush by My Kitco. Whatever's left, I'm applying on the bridge of my nose, some on my chin, right here, just to brighten up those areas a little bit. Okay, and now with the pointed edge of the sponge, I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This is in the shade Banana Bread. Just quickly setting the under eye. also anywhere you applied that concealer. Now my face looks very one-dimensional, so I do want to bronze it up and add some of the dimension back. So as a bronzer, I'm going to use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural Powder. This is in the shade Dark. So you can see it's quite a nice warm tone powder, and it's going to add some nice warmth to my face. Just taking it on a light fluffy brush. You can see it just lightly brought back some of the dimension to my face. I'm also going to take the same powder on a smaller brush just to apply it to the sides of my nose. Next, I'm going to add some contouring to my face as well. So for that, I'm going to use my MAC powder in the shade Shadowy, taking it on my rain gauze brush. I have a big double chin. If you don't have it, you don't need to do this, but I like to minimize it, at least with makeup. Then also a little bit on this cheek, because if you can see, this cheek has that natural contour, and then this one seems like it's missing a little bit, so I always like to add some just to balance out the face. And then whatever's remaining, I apply it on this side. For the eyebrows, I'm just going to use a brow pencil. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Granite. Just brush through, just filling in any gaps that I may have. Use a very light hand as you're coming to the front of the brow. Next, for the eyes, I'm going to skip eyeshadow. I don't think most people wear eyeshadows back in India, so I'm just going to skip the eyeshadow completely. I have some natural brown coloring going on, so I'm just going to keep it as is. And I'm going to definitely apply some kajal now. You can use any kajal of your choice. I'm going to use this Kajal Magique by L'Oreal. Just going to apply that to my top and bottom waterline. Don't feel shy with the eye kohl. Indians are known for applying quite a bit of eye kohls. I've taken it quite heavily and also applied it all the way to the inner corner. Doing the same for the top waterline. Like that. Once that's done, just apply a mascara of your choice. I'm going to use the Lash Princess Mascara by Essence. This is like, I think, 1 or 2 pound mascara here in the UK. If you can get your hands on it, I would highly recommend checking this one out. It's good for everyday use. Just going to apply them lightly because I do have quite long eyelashes naturally, so I don't want to add too much of it. Now I'm going to skip applying mascara to my bottom lashes just because I have pretty long lashes. I don't feel like I need it for this look. Next, moving on to lipstick, I'm going to use a relatively nude color for me, a pinky nude. It's going to be this Retro Matte Gloss by PAC Cosmetics, and this is the shade Nuttydoodle 07. I just prefer wearing a long wearing formula just because I don't need to worry about touch-ups as I'm eating my meal or sadhya. So that's the reason I prefer a liquid lipstick that's a good long-lasting formula, and this is definitely one of them and easily available in India. You can also go for a red lipstick if that's of a choice for you. For blush, I'm going to use one of my NARS blushes, this one, which is called Dolce Vita. And then as an option, you can also apply a powder highlighter or a liquid highlighter of your choice. I'm going to be using this Dose of Colors powder highlighter in the shade Mirame. Just applying it very lightly. You can barely see it, but it just adds a little bit of highlight and dimension to the face. A little bit right here at the bridge of my nose. That's it. And then lastly, I'm going to set all of this in place with the setting spray. And for me, that is the Face Atelier Ultra Matte Setting Spray. Just give it a good shake. While that dries up, I'm going to add a couple of finishing touches. I'm going to add a bindi. Now my dress has some red work right here, so I'm going to go for a matching bindi. It's like an orange red. Just applying it right there. Then to finish off this look, I'm just applying some chandanam, although this powder is, which is like sandalwood powder, sorry. But I think it's fake. It's just scented sandalwood. But this is what I could find, so I'm just going to apply a little bit. I think they've put some turmeric or something. It's so yellow. Just going to apply a little bit more. And this is it. This is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that like button and also consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all a very happy Vishu, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Just going to run it with some powder. I'm just going to apply it with some powder.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me.